Howdy, it's John. Today I'm going to talk to you about respect, humility, taking offenses. The statement the other day in leadership class in our mastermind group was that, is it possible for me to be offended if I'm humble? That kind of struck me, caused me to ponder that, because it is my pride and arrogance that causes me to be upset when somebody doesn't treat me well. Now that doesn't mean that I should just be a doormat to the universe, but certainly my ability to take things defensively is probably well beyond the bounds that I need to have. How is it with you? Do you let go of things? I know the Bible says that women respect your husbands. Husbands, love your wives. It's a two different thing. And I know certainly that some women get upset about offenses as well as men do. But certainly, is that something that I've got to hold on to? Don McGuell in his 4 agreements, one of them states, take nothing personally. Don't be defensive. We can be offended by the way people treat us, by the way they cut us off or stare at us or look at us. I mean, it's crazy how that works. I can remember going into a gas station one time and I was in a hurry, and of course my credit card wouldn't work at the pump, and so I'm standing in line, and the guy turned around and looked at me and said, if that's the way you're going to be, just go ahead of me. And here it was, it was my expression on my face, it was my face that caused him to be offended. And so I've got to watch my body language. Lincoln said that you're responsible for your own face. As a matter of fact, he even said, I don't like that guy because of his face. How can that be? Well, when you're young, you don't have, it's genetic, up until about the age of 6. But if we start working on that face from that point on, and when you get to be my age, all of those wrinkles and all of those parts of your expression, do you smile enough? Or are you walking around with a scowl on your face all the time? I think we have to control some of that. We need to seek to understand where people are really coming from when we take offense. Maybe they aren't trying to offend us at all. The old story, the classic, on a bus, and a guy comes in with a bunch of kids and they're running all over the place, and he sits down and puts his hands in his face, and the way Covey tells it, the guy behind him reaches out and taps him on the shoulder and says, "Your kids, what are you going to do? Gain control of them." The guy turns around and looks at him very forlorn and says, "I guess I'm not a very good dad." And went back to putting his hands in his head in his hands, and the guy went, "Wait a minute, that isn't good enough. Come on, wait a minute, tap, 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 do something about it." He turned around and said, "Well, we just left the hospital, and my wife, their mother, died, and I guess they're just a little bit distraught." Did you feel the paradigm shift there? Do we really seek to understand people around us, or do we take offense at the littlest thing? Eleanor Roosevelt said, "No one can offend you without you giving them permission." I know that's an area I got to work on. Maybe it is my pride. Maybe I need to be more humble. That's what I've got for today. We'll catch you next time.